This evening's presentation of Chicago Tonight is made possible in part by a grant from the William F. O'Connor Foundation in memory of Billy O'Connor.
Good evening and welcome to Chicago Tonight. I'm Phil Ponce. On this Thursday, May 18th, is your home worth less than it was a year ago? Elizabeth Brackett and her panel will take a look behind the reports of a cooling housing market. Sharpshooters could soon be pointing their guns at the deer of a local nature center. Rich Samuels will tell us why.
I so believe in the American system. And
we'll preview John Callaway's Friday night interview with former Secretary of State Madeleine Albright.
We pretend like theater is the last vestige where, commercialism isn't part of the endeavor, but it is.
Should theater be free of advertising? Hetty Weiss takes a close look at Red Moon Theater's latest production, The Golden Truffle. It's a show that combines theater and chocolate tasting, something Hetty calls the ultimate product placement. A local high school team takes top honors at an international robotics competition. We'll meet the robot and some of the high schoolers who make him work. As their website claims, this robotics team is a force to be reckoned with. The high school team, called Wild Stang, took home a top award at the International First Robotics Competition in Atlanta. More than 1,100 teams and more than 28,000 students competed. The Wild Stang team is made up of students and teachers from Rolling Meadows and Wheeling high schools, as well as mentors from Motorola and even right here at WTTW. The name is a combination of the two schools' mascots, the Wheeling Wildcats and the Rolling Meadows Mustangs. And here to talk about the big award they won and to show off their champion robot are Dan Green. He's Director of New Technology Business Operations at Motorola and the coordinator of the Wild Stang team, and Rolling Meadows High School seniors Kelly Vanentwerp and Derek Solt. Derek was the robot's driver in the competition, and Kelly was one of the presenters in the part of the competition they won. Now, I don't know if the audience can hear it or not, but there's a humming behind us, and that humming is coming from the robot. Kelly, first of all, let me ask you, does that robot have a name?
The robot's name is Wild Stang.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. Listen, there are 33 members on this team. Kelly, why did you get involved in this?
Why did I get involved in this? I had a lot of friends that were involved in the team. When I was in 8th grade, they were freshmen, and they all said, you got to do it, you got to try it. I wanted to go into engineering. So I ended up joining the team, signing up through the high school for the class, and I love it, so that's why I keep coming back every year.
Derek, how about you? What got you involved in the team?
Well, as a kid, I grew up playing with Legos, and that kind of got my attention to robotics and building things, and I noticed that our high school offered a robotics program, so I joined it to try it out, and I really enjoyed it, so I stuck with it all 4 years.
Derek, right in front of you is a control panel, including a couple of handles. Now, is it safe to assume that you played video games when you were coming up?
Yeah, I played a lot of video games as a child. I think that helped me become a driver.
And the driver is the position. The driver is the person who actually controls the robot.
Yes, it is.
Okay, we're going to get a demonstration in just a moment. But Dan, let me ask you, why do kids get involved in this? We heard from Kelly and we heard from Derek. What's the motivation?
Well, we try to get them interested in technology. There's just not enough kids these days getting involved in technology. So our whole goal, Motorola and companies like us that are technology companies, are trying to get all the kids at an age where they're young enough to actually make a decision about what they want to do in their careers and where they might want to go to school. Get them interested in technology. Show them that it's cool. See what engineers actually do in their jobs and what it's like, and that they actually get excited about going to work and they enjoy what they're doing.
And there's a big fun factor involved in all this. And Derek, I'm going to have you give us a demonstration of what Wild Stang can do, and you will be assisted by one of our staffers, Paris Schutz, who will be the catcher in all this. So give us a demonstration and tell us what you're doing.
All right, well, I'm going to pick up these balls on the floor right in front of me here. So what a robot does, it picks up balls and it goes down this ramp into the center of the robot.
Yeah.
And we have a turret on top that can move left and right. and we can change the angle of the trajectory by moving that up and down. And we have a flywheel that spins around and that actually shoots the balls out. So I'm gonna shoot a few balls out here.
Well, I have to say that fortunately Paris has the agility of a lizard, and he's able to block all the shots. But Kelly, tell us a little bit about what the competition was like. It was held in Atlanta. Tell me what the scene was like down there.
Well, if you picture a highly known sporting event, it was in the Georgia Dome, which is amazing because that's like where the Atlanta Falcons play. So picture an entire football stadium, kind of like Soldier Field. Picture it all full of students. They're all cheering on not football players, not basketball players, but robots that they spent 6 weeks building. They built these robots. There were alliances of 3, so it was like a 3-on-3 tournament. The robots picked up the balls that you saw Derek shooting, shot them into a 13-foot-high goal to score points, and then they ended up moving on through qualification matches into a kind of a Final Four style bracket, where we ended up with the champions from 4 different divisional fields playing on the one large field for the championship event.
Derek, I've got to ask you: is there a lot of? The pressure, I would imagine, is most heavily on you. Give me an insight into what that experience is like.
Well, it's amazing because I'm standing there controlling the robot, and I look over into the stands, and everyone's looking at me, and everyone's cheering me on, hoping I do a good job. And it's just important for me to stay focused and to stay calm so I can focus on controlling the robot.
And were you able to stay focused and stay calm?
Most of the time I was. I mean, sometimes, something will happen to the robot, something doesn't function as it should. So all we have to do is just work around that so we can complete the task that we want to complete.
Dan, Derek is a driver. Is that the position that every member on the 33-person team, is that
a lot of them want to do it. We have tryouts for it right in January, right when we start the year's competition. And we have a bunch of the students actually try out for it, and we have a couple of rounds, just like a sports team, and we kind of break it down until we get to the finalists, and at the very end we pick our drivers, and Derek was one of them. He did a great job.
All right, Kelly, the award that you won was called the Chairman's Award. What is the Chairman's Award? First of all, how did you do in the bracket kind of competition where you were actually in the arena?
Yeah, we did really well this year. We got picked by the first seeded team for the Newton division, and we ended up going up through the quarterfinals. We won those. We won the semifinals, and we made it to the finals in the Newton division and lost to the team that actually took 2nd overall, which we did really well. I think that placed us at 5th place overall.
5th place nationally, but you won something called the Chairman's Award. What is that?
The Chairman's Award is basically, the team that wins the Chairman's Award is the definition of a first team. It's everything. Everyone wants to be like that team. We're a great role model. Well, we try to be a great role model. We do a lot of work in our...
And here you are. This is when it was announced that you won the Chairman's Award. I recognize you from the T-shirts. So go ahead.
It was psychotic. Yeah, that was crazy. We ended up taking the Chairman's Award, which basically says we're the model first team. When people look to First and they want to structure their team, they can look to our team and see that we're really what First is about. We try to be role models in our community. We have a great partnership with Motorola, where students actually, they end up graduating from the program, going to college. Motorola offers us internships. We get internships at Motorola, then we get hired by Motorola as engineers and come back and sponsor the team. We have a few mentors on our team actually right now that went through this program, and they ended up getting hired by Motorola, which is really cool, and that's a main part of our team, and it's key to some of our team's success.
Derek, one of the things that I learned about this competition is that you're highly competitive, but you're not over the top. What's sort of the guiding philosophy that you go into and that you take with you into this competition?
Well, the term known throughout all of First is gracious professionalism.
Gracious professionalism?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, it's almost as if you want to act as if your grandma's watching you at all times. You don't want to. You want to be nice to everyone. Like in competitions, like if we're up against a team and something happens on their robot, instead of not helping them and so we'd win, we'd go over there and we'd help them try to get the robot back up and running. So when we're competing against them, they can be up to speed. And
Dan, as a matter of fact, there was an instance that Derek was describing where that actually happened, where a team's robot broke down. They needed a part. The competition had a part, gave it to the team whose robot had broken down, and
helped them fix it as well.
And helped them fix it. And they wound up and the team that helped wound up losing to the team that they helped. But that's all part of the game.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, a big part of it is sportsmanship. It's part of the win-win philosophy. Everybody is used to, and I mean that's what you see so much in society is that there's a winner and a loser, and everything's win-lose. We're trying to teach them more about win-win, and you can have two winners. I mean, especially in things like in business. If you got multiple companies winning and you've got the economy, you'll do better because more people are making money. It's a win-win mentality as opposed to win-lose, and that's one of the things we're trying to teach all the students.
And the other thing that interests me about this is that you're not just concentrated in the suburbs. I mean, you're really making an effort to make this a program that taps into kids from all over.
Yeah, one of the big things we've been trying to break into the city for a couple of years, and this year we really did it. We've got 5 new teams. We call them rookie teams their first years, and there were 5 new rookie teams in the city of Chicago from Simeon High School, Julian High School, Ace Technical School, Lindblom Math and Science Technology or Academy, and there was also another community one with kids from Walter Payton and some of the other school,
all right,
Roosevelt as well.
Last question. What's going to happen to the robot, real quickly?
Well, we're going to be using it over the summer. We'll be in some parades. The Rolling Meadows 4th of July parade we're always in. We have a competition. We'll go down to Indianapolis and have some fun with it. We keep it over at Motorola in case we want to use it for next year for practicing and things like that. So,
all right. And Kelly, what are your plans? Is this something you're going to pursue in college?
I'm actually going to go to college for documentary television, because I really like doing the video aspect of the team, and that really opened my eyes. So I'm going to go, and hopefully I will be able to go back and help out at some regional events, just taping, and I'll always be around for the team if they need me.
All right, Derek, how about you? What are you going to do?
well, I'm going to University of Illinois at Chicago to pursue a mechanical engineering major.
And so you'll keep your video game skills.
Oh, yeah.
Honed, just you never know when those come in handy. All right.
Expecting to be a mentor.
All right. Well, Dan, Kelly, and Derek, thanks for being here. Congratulations to you and the entire team.
Thank you.
Thank you, Phil.
And if you want to see the robot doing its thing in person, it will be at the Mount Prospect Library next Thursday, May 25th, and details on our website. Have you ever been to Alton, Illinois?